Hey everybody, this is lesson number 5, part number 1. Okay, so this is a continuation in discussing this chart here. What is that chart? Okay, well, it's a string chart. Okay, and string number 1 on my guitar I consider to be the bass string. Okay, because I'm going to climb from string number 1 up 2 octaves essentially. The fretboard's 2 octaves. So on the bottom here, I'm working in the root C guitar, okay? I'm sorry for guys who want to play in E. I'm sorry about that because I want to work in C, but guess what? We can still use an E-tuned guitar. Alright, and this F is barred. But it's not bad because you know what's good about that F is you can reach those sunken notes. So with the C and the G, there are no sunken notes. Okay, G has one sunken note. Alright, and that would be the B. But the B is accessible. Okay, I believe it's accessible. Yes, it's accessible. That would be the 7th. It may or may not be. But in any case, C is the only cage shape that has no sunken notes. Okay, G has one sunken note. This 7. And why is that? And we'll just make a point here so we don't have a lot of hard feelings about the warp. The top 2 strings are warped over, but the 7 isn't warped over. So you can't play a perfect G diatonic scale, major scale, with all the members, so including the 4th and the 7th. You can't play that without going up and getting one of the 7ths from the string below that 7, because really you've got situations. Same note there. I can't reach something that's below this note here. The 7th of G is actually F sharp. Okay, so there's an F sharp below this G here. Below this G, the red G. It's sunken. It's inaccessible. But for our purposes, it's good enough. We can use pentatonic scales. So we're going to work. I'm going to be working in C for that reason, and because we have root C guitar, we have just like a piano. Okay. Bum 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 bum. Okay. Now there's one problem. This is I've made this into a flat instrument. Okay, and just like a trumpet would be a B flat instrument, it means if a trumpet player plays open valve, no valves, okay, a trumpet can only play a C, an E, and a G, and octaves above and possibly below. So inversions. So you hear a bugle player go ba 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 ba. Okay, doing that left hand. That is actually on a trumpet coming out a B flat. So the piano player would have to play. We'll have to play second inversion B flat. Okay. So this, I've got this thing tuned, string, 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 down tuned to a C. It's down C tuned as the girl says on the YouTubes. And it's an A flat instrument essentially. Okay, but everything is going to be in C. All right. This is the regular fretboard, so it goes E, octave is E. Okay, an E note drawn green on my fretboard. All right, it's just gonna come out a C. All right, I could crank, 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 and it would be, but I don't want my strings that taut. All right, so now what I want to say is we're working in the key of C. Okay, so what I want to talk about is moving caged um, pentatonic or diatonic caged um, scales, starting them from a different string, such as string number 2, string number 3, string number 4, or even string number 5. I've tested it to the extreme. Now it'd be ridiculous to say start a C caged from a different string, which would be the same string, like 6 or itself. You can't say I'm going to start it from a different string and start it from the same string. That's not starting it from a different string, right? So if we start a C from the second string, okay, so we're going to leave the cursor on the C because that's what we're doing. And we're going to start on the second string, a C shape. Okay, the normal C shape, it starts up here on the guitar. People should know that if you're going to do a C-shaped C major pentatonic scale, you start on the octave. All right. And everybody knows it's got that characteristic. You can't do that with all the shapes. All right. So that's it. That is what I said it was, a C-shaped C pentatonic scale. Now, if I wanted to start that C-shaped C pentatonic scale from the second string, I would want to find, look over here now, the C starts on the third, because the third of C, of a C major scale, because E is the third of the C major scale. Here it is, root 2, 3. So this 3 becomes this 3. As you go along the whole fretboard, you've got 3. 5 is the G. Okay, now this is the A shape chambered. It shares that 5. This is the same note. These two 5s are the same note. I just grabbed a little more of the keyboard and put it there for the A shape, because horizontally they overlap. Vertically they stack up in fourths until they hit the warp. Alright, then it's a third, but it goes back to fourth on the last string. Last licks. So, what do we got here? We're going to start the C on the second string, alright? So it's going to be C second string. Now you got to remember where you started, or else you won't get the point of the exercise. So I look for the E on the second string. It's right here. Okay, I don't know what they call that, fret 9 or something. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, fret 7. Fret 7, second string. But if you're playing along with this, you're going to have to down tune your guitar 2 whole steps each string. Tune it till it is in tune. Will stay in tune. And I'm telling you, all of my videos have been in down C tuning. Okay, so we're just killing time till the time limit on the freeware is going to cut us off, and we're going to go to part 2 in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.